Thank you. Hello, everybody. It gives me great pleasure now to introduce to you someone that is very passionate about enabling her country to become a respectable country and a contributor to the European Union in a significant way. The person I'm introducing is Ioana Fotopoulou. And Ioana is a founder of the Activests. The Activests is a grouping that is campaigning for greater transparency and leadership by the Greek government, but also by other governments in the region, the Balkans. Their campaign is now being expanded to Serbia, Montenegro, and soon, she assures me, they will be reaching Albania and Turkey. She has worked for the European Parliament, and she said to me that, as an engineer, I found it very strange that she says she's also a soccer player, and I can attest to that. She also is a very avid reader. She loves books. She reads extensively. And lastly, she says she does not have a television. But what ties her and a group of 29 other activists is the passion to bring around a new democracy, to deal with issues of leadership, of transparency, combating corruption, and shaping a better future. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Ioana to the stage. Thank you.
Before starting, I would like, due to some recent incidents with fascism and a political party, to say to all the Greeks watching and all the people that are experiencing similar situations, stay united. This is the only way we can defeat fascism. Miller, One Young World, Kalispera. I come from Greece, the country of the economic crisis. Riots, Molotov cocktails against the parliament, unemployment, corruption. I know, but recently, working in the European Parliament, I saw something changing within the Greek mentality and the Greek politics. Efforts towards a national sovereignty. Efforts to pay back every single euro we owe so that our presence within the EU will be again of significance. So let me, through the eyes of a young Greek, introduce you to the real Greek situation in 3 steps. Number 1, the state. The way our state operates needs to be improved. Our debts needs to be paid back. A practical way to achieve this is by changing the structure of our tax collection. We need transparency on how every single Greek, from a pensioner to the Prime Minister, earns his income. An online database for Greeks to declare their income might not sound exciting, but is vital. Tax evasion is responsible for the 1/5 of Greek debt right now. Imagine our debts starting being sustainable and Greece to reach an economic growth just by changing the tax collection procedure. The brilliant thing here is that it includes everyone, even our high-ranked state employees and our politicians. But corruption is like an hourglass. It starts from the top, and as the time passes, it reaches the base. Up until now, you will hear people saying, the elite of our country doesn't pay taxes, why should we? This feeling has changed drastically among my generation. We are fed up of this system. We don't deny our obligations, and we want to pay what needs to be paid. At this critical point of our history, we need politicians ready to lead, ready to give up some of their own comforts existing in the current tax system in order to realize transparency. This should become, through our politicians, a new national identity. So this leads us to number 2, leadership and governance. I will start with an example. I come from Thessaloniki, the 2nd biggest city in Greece. The subway of Thessaloniki started being created in 1989, the year I was born. Still today, under construction. Not because of slow implementation or lack of resources, but because of slow political will. Fluid politics and lack of consistency in policy lines bring new reforms every 4 years with every new government elected. But this online tax database should be used no matter who governs the country. Political leaders must be able to see above party affiliations and beyond electoral campaigns to the common public good. The transformation of society needs to start with them. I don't, of course, deny any responsibility. We voted for them, including me. But they need and can be the role models we look up to. So this brings us to number 3, the civil society. This is how the idea of the Activests was born, an action group with vision to reform society and redefine democracy. Our first important fight is the one against corruption. We're conducting a survey on tax evasion, the social groups excluded of tax payment, and we advise on improvements. This economic crisis, though, has a moral dimension as well. For that, we initiate a series of 3 roundtable talks in Thessaloniki. We will live stream them, promote them through social media so that they can reach as many people as possible, and that way we can expand the impact. We are gathering the political elite with representatives of the Prefecture of Central Macedonia, the Macedonian Trust Ministry, consulates, and civil society representatives. In the end of every debate, we will pose questions to the political elite derived from our Twitter account. This way, we will raise awareness on the importance of eliminating tax evasion, include everyone, realizing democracy at its core, but also try to create together a formula with which families struck by unemployment are helped. Just 3 things: good governance, a robust civil society, and a responsible state. These are the 3 indispensable pillars to Greece's recovery, and Greece will again marry its great history with a bright future. If my country can achieve this, so can yours. So, read, question, take a deep breath, and have the courage to stand up and make some positive change. Remember, we make the countries, not vice versa. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.